you, Julio, our host here at beautiful University of Miami, the home team of the South America 30 and over soccer championship team. Messi, Suarez, you got everybody. We'll be here for the America's World Cup, and a pleasure to be here with everybody, and Senator Graham, Representative Jimenez, and Juan Guaido's Fabiana. It's her birthday, right? If you see his voice a little raspy, he's been singing at the karaoke for her happy birthday to Fabiana. Yes, a big hand for her. How did I work? I worked fine, but I want to concentrate, Morgan, in time is of the essence. I feel tempted to talk about lithium. My country has 25% of the world's lithium. We can have a nice debate. It is not my fault. China refines between 63 to 93% of the cobalt, nickel, manganese, graphite, and lithium is the tennis balls that goes back and forth between their rackets. Until you change that, China is going to continue to be the #1 trade partner for South America because we have a lot of energy, we have a lot of food, we had a lot of minerals, and Luis Alberto Lacalle Pou, fourth-generation right-wingers in Uruguay, is queued up to sign a free trade agreement with China because the U.S. is not open for business and neither is Europe. Such is how the cookie crumbles. I want to concentrate on the issue that is the most important right now for South America. It's rule of the law or versus rule of the jungle. Security against criminality. Human rights against crimes against humanity. Democracy against autocracy. Freedom against tyranny. It all gets distilled and it comes down to one place. Sometimes in life, once in life, in one place, the direction of a hemisphere and the future of a country turns on what happens in a few weeks. And here we are. Kenny Loggins, this is it. Venezuela, write it down. This is what's going to happen in the next few weeks because everything will hinge on that. The Niners all are congregated in Venezuela. The Niners are Cuba 59, Iran 79, Putin 99, Chavez 99, they all converged and they're all in Venezuela and they gotten a hold of that country. And we're going to decide between who, what, and how. I'm going to run that through that very quickly. Who? Maduro, he's got a $15 million bounty on his head, courtesy of the DEA. He's got lawsuits against in The Hague for crimes against humanity documented by the United Nations with a long list that he has. And he has to choose between a cold cell in The Hague or a warm hammock in Havana. That's why he wants to stay in power. And on the other side, we have Machado. The ones of us that know her, and we praised Juan Guaido, Ledesma, Leopoldo Lopez, and now we're down to Machado. The last man standing is a woman with a misty titanium smile, unbreakable, eloquent, intelligent. She's giving up everything. She's mothered by Zoom. 10 years she doesn't see her kids. She doesn't have a passport. She has to travel in a car because they don't sell her airplane tickets because she is a terrorist, according to the government. She's disbarred from running because she did not put her sworn statement, the lunch tickets, in the Congress in 2015. And this is Maduro doing that on her. I don't know about you, Juan, but I wouldn't take a lunch ticket from Maduro. You'd get Havana syndrome, I think, with him. And they don't let her run. And we have to decide right now what's going to happen. Senator Graham, in the next few weeks, we're going to decide if we lose Venezuela forever. And then we'll have the three tyrannies, Cuba, Nicaragua, and Venezuela. Mr. Biden, I hate to say this under your watch, Nicaragua 2022 and Venezuela 2024, history is going to call you on it. We will call you on it because they are selling Venezuela down the river right now as we speak. The issue is, as a country, as a region, and as a global hotspot. As a country, what do you want from Venezuela? You want it to export oil and not people or drugs. Right now, they're exporting people to the border, 8 million people. They're exporting drugs, all the cocaine that's being re-exported. And it's not an reliable energy partner. With Maduro, you know, the short-term equations is, I want 100,000 barrels, the Chevron license, this. That is not the issue. You want 3 million barrels of oil a day, 8 million people coming back, and have Venezuela be a reliable supplier. Get Machado and the people of Venezuela to vote in a free election, and things will change. As a hemisphere, 9/11/2001, we signed a document. It'll be forever the second most relevant thing that happened that day. In Lima, Colin Powell was there. We said this region is democratic. We're not Asia. We're not Africa. We are all democratic. The exception was Cuba. Now it's Nicaragua. Now it's Venezuela. So if you want a hybrid neighborhood with dictatorships and democracy, let Machado let Maduro stay in power and get Machado gone. And have a global hotspot. Senator Graham, I appreciate what you said. Let me tell you something about Venezuela. It's occupied territory by the sheriff, not with an S, with a C and a double H. Cuba, Hezbollah, Hamas, ELN, Russia, Iran, FARC, Sheriff. They have occupied and dismembered the country. They did not fire a single missile. They're all there. You don't believe me? Google Lavrov, April 2023. Where does he go? Venezuela, Cuba, Nicaragua. Google Raisi, June 2023. Venezuela, Cuba, Nicaragua. They're the puppet regimes. ELN, FARC, they all live there. I didn't know Juan Krasnov. I had no idea who he was. Last Wednesday night, he was in Venezuela. Who is he? The Attorney General for Putin. What's he going to teach Venezuela? How to Navalny Maria Corina? I mean, what exactly is he going to do while he's there? Yeah, after killing Navalny. So this is the final, and I'll close with this. What is the U.S. role so important? The U.S. government got taken for a ride. In October, they signed a Barbados agreement. It said specifically, and Maduro signed it, the opposition gets to pick its candidate. Knowing this, Venezuelans came out in droves, and they come out time and again. Do not ask them to keep fighting. They bury their dead, they keep fighting. They visit their prisoners in jail, they keep fighting. They cry for their exiles, they keep fighting. They came out, 92% voted for Machado. I'm not sure that Biden is getting that much in the primaries on the Democratic side. They got 92% came out for Machado, knowing that the Barbados agreement said we could pick a candidate. Blinken said, expedited reinstatement of the candidate, or we will snap back sanctions. I'll be very frank, Senator Graham, I was not expecting Amazon Prime, expedited 2-day delivery, but it's been 6 months, nothing happened, no snapback. Then the license was partially renewed, 45-day wind down. This is a soccer World Cup with a long overtime. And then you can give particular licenses to them. They know how the game is going to be played. And here we are, and look where we are, Morgan. I'll close with this. We're down to the fact that Machado cannot run. She put her country over her candidacy. She beats Maduro 4-1, 5-1, 6-1. She said, okay, Corina Lloris, an academic, 80-year-old, beautiful, wonderful woman. We try to register her. No, you cannot register her. Now we have a diplomat, Edmundo. Todo el mundo con Edmundo. We're talking about the substitute of the one that should have been running. Now, all we ask is let him run and let Machado be free on the streets to campaign so we can save Venezuela. And that requires Mr. Biden, Mr. Lula, Mr. Petro to just come out and say one thing. We're going to let Edmundo run, and we're going to let Machado be on the street to campaign to save Venezuela. That's all you have to do. We don't want you to help us. Just stop helping Maduro. And then Venezuelan people will take care of it. And if we get Edmundo on the ballot, and Machado is free and not jailed to be able to campaign, I guarantee you the Venezuelan people, July 28th, will be singing their national anthem loud and clear. Glory to the brave people who shook off the yoke. Do not help Maduro put the yoke down on the Venezuela people. Edmundo on the ballot, Machado campaigning, they will take care of democracy in Venezuela. Thank you.
Yeah. All the other politicians are getting nervous now. They're like, how do I beat that? Just kidding. That was amazing, Mr. President. I'm Jewish, but I wanted to say amen and hallelujah. Senator Graham wants to follow up.
Yeah, it was very, very impressive. We have limited time. I'm not the president, but I'm willing to help. What would you recommend I do and my colleagues do?
Can I say one thing quickly, Morgan? Yeah. Thank you, Senator Graham. We're here at the end of April. We had 2 sleepless nights with Juan, Maria Corina, talking. Edmundo is the candidate, and we're talking, right? Maria Corina is not on the field, right? She's going to be on the bench coaching and transferring the vote. So we're down to the substitute of the substitute. Just get him on the ballot. The party symbol is Mesa de Unidad Democrática, la Mesa de la Manito. Just keep that alive. He got registered. He's there. They can can him sometime next week. Just keep Edmundo, the name is Edmundo, Gonzalez, on the ballot. and keep Maria Corina free. Her campaign slogan, Senator, is hasta el final, meaning to the end. It is not a figure of speech. She means it. When you do opposition in Venezuela, either exile is in your destiny, surrender. She's not going to go to exile. She's not going to surrender. So then you have left jail or cemetery. And when she says to the end, she means it. So just keep her alive, keep her free. Petro, Colombia, and Lula in Brazil asked Biden to give sanctions relief so that we could register the candidate. And lo and behold, here we are. We didn't do it. And now we got to get Biden to simply say, we will only recognize elections as legitimate if Edmundo is on the ballot and Machado is campaigning. So, if not, all the sanctions in the world. And I'll let you, one last little hint for you. It makes very uncomfortable, it's an uncomfortable discussion. Maduro is trying to use judges to disbar people from running. You can relate to what that means inside the U.S. system and why it would make some people uncomfortable to discuss that. But that's your issue here. That should not prevent you from acting in Venezuela, and it's between now and July 28th, where it's do or die.
Well, with your help and my friend in the House, why don't we do a sense of the Senate resolution urging the President to do exactly what you said.
Thank you.
And make the Senate vote on it.
Thank you.
Great. We are going to get to everybody.